Hello, if you're a local business in SA and you want Vince and I to join you on site for one of our on-site live recording sessions of our podcast, please reach out to us at hello@livinpodcast.com.
It's a great opportunity for expanded reach, customer interactions, and some authentic storytelling opportunities for your brand.
Not to mention fun.
Of course it's fun. So email us at hello@livinpodcast.com and we will see you on site really soon. It's better closer.
That's better. Okay, and I'll try not to yell.
You can, like me on the phone.
Yeah, I'll be like you on the phone and everyone will listen.
I'm not that quiet, am I?
And we'll have the most listens because I'll get you attention.
Let's do it.
Am I living? Oh, what a funny thing to say.
Look at that matchy blue again.
Like, just connected.
I know. Tell you.
How many times in the week do you reckon, like, we either call or message each other when it's like, oh my God, I was just thinking about you. Oh my God, I was just about to do that.
I know.
As well as then, like, we turn up and we're like,
can you bring me some fresh mint already packed?
Already packed. I went out to the garden to pick tomatoes yesterday and cut some mint for you.
There you go.
Minty. Hey guys.
Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Livin with Nancy Timpano.
And Vince Fusco. It's Monday morning. We hope you had a beautiful weekend.
Yeah.
And I can't believe we're already here at episode 3, season 2. And last week was a fantastic discussion about third wheeling. And I have absolutely been living a third wheel life this week, it feels like, Nance.
Why?
Well, just like a lot of things have been going on, and it's funny how the timing of when episodes come out and then the topics, and then people contact us and they're like, oh my God, that happened to me.
Well, a lot of those things have happened this week. Do you remember our conversation yesterday that hopefully we might have a special guest on the show in the coming weeks?
I have a question about that, which I won't ask on air because I don't want to ruin the surprise of that special guest.
Yes.
But when you said that you were going to contact that person, did they already know?
Well, I don't know if they already knew, but they are very, very busy, and you saw my replies. We got instant replies.
Instant
replies.
Speaking of, timely replies,
yes.
Tones and I still hasn't replied, but she's actually going to be in Adelaide in February.
Yeah.
And I am doing everything in my power just so that I want to put it on the record. I'm trying so hard for us to get a communication with Tones and I.
Or maybe we can call out to anyone that knows anyone in a radio station. Maybe.
Yes.
You could.
I know a couple of people.
You do?
So do you.
Hello.
You.
I was hoping for others to do it for us.
Yes, I agree. Well, I think we're not there. We're not boots on the ground every day, but these other people are. So, guys, if you are listening and you've got any connections, record labels, radio stations, Tones and I, we would love just a 5-minute conversation.
Yep.
Just to say hey.
Come on, don't lie. We want to introduce you.
Oh, my God, we want
and
to introduce
we'll do it well.
Adelaide Oval, she's supporting Pink in February.
Amazing.
You
know what? That's Pink. I always said that I'd bat the other way for Pink.
Really?
Yeah.
I find it interesting that Pink has actually grown in the gay community tremendously over the last decade. With that community. And it's funny because I'm like, I don't necessarily think of her as a gay icon myself. Is that because I'm not in that community? I don't know.
No, I'm just saying, like, I just adore everything.
She's a weapon.
Like, she is a weapon. That's a very, very
good
be honest, description.
I really enjoyed her when she first came out. Remember, like, she was like an R&B type thing in like the noughties in the 2000s.
Yeah.
And then her music changed progressively, sort of more her, I can imagine. And she's always been great and that little bit of an edgy rock chick.
Yeah.
It was the performance that she did, I think it must have been the Grammys, where she was on the Silks for like the first time and just literally, I think it's Glitter in the Air is the song, and she was like spinning and wet and did the whole song spinning. Well, she dipped herself in a pool.
Yeah, okay.
That sounds weirder than
sounds
weirder than it is.
Yeah.
And she was like, did the whole song while doing aerial. And it was unreal. And you sort of go as a performer, the stamina, the control.
And you found respect.
Oh, my God.
And that's the concert I saw in Adelaide where she was on the Silks, and actually Lady Gaga was her support.
My favourite.
And I kind of went, Lady Gaga knew of her at the time. This was very early on. And again, that night, I was like, Lady Gaga.
You know I'm Gaga for Gaga?
Yeah.
You know that?
I hear you. I am another big, big fan.
I had tickets to the original Gaga concert the Fame tour, which was her first tour, because she did.
Fame, I'm gonna live forever.
I reckon
Remember?
any opportunity. Yeah, I do, but I reckon any opportunity you have to sing that song, you do it.
I'm
I've got
gonna
videos.
learn how to fly.
But I didn't get to go because I was away at the time, and my sister went, and I remember her being like the same as you, a bit like Lady Gaga, and she rang me after the concert and was like, "Chens,
Oh my God.
unbelievable!" And people had seen her as a support act for the Pussycat Dolls and
Yes.
Pink previously, and they were all like, "She was better than the Pussycat Dolls." My first concert for Gaga, I won tickets to go to Sydney for the Fame Monster Ball, and we were front row, me and my sister.
Wow.
And this far away from Gaga, she came up out of the stage and I was like, ah. And literally, I just adore her in every way.
Yeah, she was playing the piano. She was
She's
insane.
unbelievable.
That concert was insane. But going back to Tones and I, because
Yes.
I think that's a nice little segue into today's
Tell me.
topic. I think I'm going to kind of combine two topics that we've discussed in the past. And I know you keep playing around with that because I sound like I'm in the toilet, but that's okay.
No, you don't sound like you're in the toilet. I was just moving the
it's
sound.
just
I
a
was
little
actually.
bit tin, but that's okay.
It's not your fault. It's the microphone's fault.
It's
It's the
fine.
hardware today. But I was just jumping across to a different soundboard.
Right.
Just in case.
Right.
You know, I had new things last week and I want to play with them.
Okay,
again.
but
Tell me, what are the
tones
topics?
At the tone, set the tone.
Oh,
So, for
the
example,
tone, yeah.
can you give me a usual Vince greeting that you would give me? Like,
For you?
So yeah, rock up. Hey,
When
come
I
on,
rock up, okay, well, hang on. It's never just like, hey.
No, just rock up and give me
I
your
rock up and I'm like,
usual.
hey, you going all right? Hey, you going all right, Nance?
Good, thank you.
That's not how you ever respond to me.
No, that's not how I respond. Jeepers. I'm
Oh,
talking
okay.
about.
I see what you're
I'm
doing. I see.
talking about a little bit of RBF.
Right.
Do you know what RBF stands for? Resting bitch face.
That's funny because I think this goes two ways. Because resting bitch face,
Yeah.
guys can have it too. I know I definitely have.
I'm not saying
in the
it's only
past.
girls. Gosh.
No, I didn't say you were,
Yeah.
but I'm highlighting the fact that
Yeah.
it's not just exclusive to women.
I want to know how people go with resting bitch face because I do not cope. And the other thing that I need to point out is I think there is someone out there, an acquaintance of mine, who absolutely knows they have RBF. And I feel for them. They know it and they make a joke of it. But are you someone that has been told you have resting bitch face or have you been pulled up on having resting bitch face? And going forward, if we ever come across each other, I'm just letting you know I won't cope.
But have you been told that
cope.
you've got it?
No, I just don't cope at all. And it's happened recently. It can happen even like when you're I'm walking home from dropping Jaden at school.
Yeah.
And I see a car go past that I know the parent or something. And I'm like, hey! Just my instant like, pooh,
So bubbly.
reflexes, hey! And sometimes you get if you get
Okay, just that underwhelming.
no, but it's like, oh, was it them? Sometimes I even walk away going, oh, was that them? Because they didn't really give me much.
I feel like the RBF. I know I'm really enjoying this acronym, RBF. I've never really heard it like that.
I don't think I just made that up, as in,
It's a Nancy. It's a Nancyism.
Nancy thing. Nancy thing.
Nancy things. And resting bitch face. It happens a lot. Like I find when I'm deep in thought and or people are talking at me, and I could just be non-responsive, and then they're like, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just thinking." And they're like, "Oh, would you let your face know that you're feeling okay?"
I've had many times in management where I've had to sit down and have either reviews or a chat or, a harsh, stern word with staff. And I'm talking to them and I'm trying to, sandwich effect.
Sandwich artist.
Yeah. And I'm trying to do all the things and I'm trying to be as constructive as I can. And they're giving me this. So then what Nancy does, because Nancy doesn't cope, is that Nancy will rephrase it again
Yep.
in case you didn't get it, because you're not giving me anything here.
Yep.
So then they're like, okay. And I'm like, I don't know. Have they understood? Are they hurt?
Yeah.
Give me something. Give me something. I don't cope.
I find like That's tricky as well, because I guess if you're giving a stern word, as you
Yeah.
said, like what do you want from them? Just like a acknowledgement? I find that like I'm aware of my face, so I try actively sometimes, and maybe I look fucking stupid, but I do try actively when I'm listening to someone to be very engaged. I make a lot of eye contact as well because I really love eye contact. I think that's where I learn a lot of the cues from people of like
Yes.
how they're interpreting and
Like,
how
you know,
they're
when I
responding.
forget someone's name and you're like, oh,
Oh my God,
got
same
to
thing.
step in.
Yes. You get like this wonderful, You get this great blank. It's not even RBF. It's just
Oh, no.
blank space.
Oh, yeah.
But it's the active like a nod and a smile, and maybe the smile is off-putting because I think like to me the smile is warm enough for you to know that I'm engaged. I'm taking it on board.
Yeah.
And even if it's bad news, I used to be called the smiling assassin, both when I used to teach and when I was managing organisations, because I would tell people off with a smile.
Yeah.
And I don't know, not to be condescending or patronising, but I just feel like it's a nicer way of delivering the bad news.
Yes.
Yeah?
I hear you. But I just, maybe in those conversations I've had though, like, even if it's not their facials, it's the words or lack of. Tell me, Nance, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, argue it with me.
Yeah.
You don't have to take it.
Yeah.
But give me something.
You just want a response, a
I
reaction.
need something.
Okay, so what about like in a situation, where do you find resting bitch face is most common? Is it like just in a situation you're at dinner with the girls, one of the girls is having a chat with someone else and someone's just sitting there? Like when do you call it out? Or do you go, hey, you're all right because your face is telling me something else?
Look, maybe I'm too much the other way. Like, I'm too bubbly.
Well, hang on.
Like I've
That's
been
something
told
that
in the
I
past.
said that before. I was like, you're
Yeah.
so bubbly. Your default, like you said, my default, hello.
Yes.
Which we love because that's what makes you like this wonderful little pocket rocket.
No, but if I rock up somewhere and I'm like, hi, and they're like, hi, I'm like, oh, are they in a bad mood? Did something happen?
Yeah,
Or-
okay.
Because that, I just don't understand that reaction.
So this was something that you and I were talking about a little bit
Yes.
before, not resting bitch face necessarily, but the idea of the duality. And you were like, okay, Einstein, Sigmund Freud over here, but this is what I specialize in, right? And I talk about it a lot, but it's the duality in everybody's personality.
Yes.
That for your bubbliness, and we'll use you as the example. So for all of your bubbliness, which is your default mode, you have the capability, and I promise you it's inside of you,
Yes.
to be equally measured the opposite. So you can be equally as flat, as dark, as non-responsive, as resting bitch face as you might want to be. But you don't choose that. You don't live your life like that. You choose to, it's a conscious choice and a subconscious choice through your upbringing, your conditioning, and your persona. So you are naturally disposed. Your natural disposition is bubbly, uplifting, positive.
Yes, but it's when people come up and go like, oh, you're always so bubbly.
But they say it like it's a problem.
I'm like, oh, sorry, did you want, like,
People say it to me, they're
cry?
like, oh, you're always so happy. This guy's always so positive. He's ever the optimist. And I'm like, but why would I, again,
why do you want me to put that on you?
I don't want to be a black hole of energy.
No.
I don't want to walk around and people be, oh, Vince is here.
And
Vince is here.
apart from what you're saying, that we can carry the exact opposite.
Not that you can, but you do. But you just don't choose to feed that beast inside of
That's
you.
right. I'm also a Gemini.
I'm a Scorpio, so I'm, still waters run deep.
I do not get. I need a little bit of expression.
Yeah.
If you don't, I know. I could name names, but I won't name names. I have people in a close circle as well, and they give you the eyes like, "What did you do today?" And I'm like,
that's cold.
yeah.
That's cold.
And I feel like I'm under interrogation.
Yeah.
I'm under and I'll go, how do I make it sound interesting? Because I'm like getting the questions here, and it's just, I don't know.
Do you
I
find
need
that-
a bit of.
And I'm going to ask you the question. I feel like I know the answer. But do you feel like your personality changes with different people? Like, you know how some people are real chameleons, I call them, where like they will change their personality, their voice, everything, depending on the group of friends or people they're engaging with. So like it's one person at work, but then they come home and they're a different person.
No. I don't think I'm that person in terms of putting on a different version of Nancy
Definitely
in
not.
different surroundings. However, when you go to dinner and I'm like, hey, everyone, and they might be like, hey, like I can't help but my energy begins to match their energy.
Yes.
Because I can't carry on with the blah, 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 blah if everyone's like,
Yeah. So
dark at
I've
the table.
And I agree. Like, I'm a bit the same, but I also am.
But I
probably
don't do
the
it
opposite.
deliberately. I think
No.
that just
I think it
happens.
just naturally happens,
Yeah.
and that's not a bad thing. But it's the there are so many times where my social week, and like I see people a lot during the week. For someone who does I do complain. Believe it or not, for all the happiness and
Yes.
optimism, I do complain. And if you know me, you definitely would have heard me say, "God, I fucking hate people."
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And it's not, and this is the difference for me, right? It's not I hate people as a whole. I think as a collection of people, as a society, we make dumb choices. We are naturally followers, the majority of people, I
Yes.
think, and therefore we can be easily influenced and people just don't think. I don't think people are as courteous as they think they are or as thoughtful as they thought they are. So sometimes I do feel like, God, I hate people. They're so irritating. But a person, I love an individual person because I
Yes.
think a person is interesting. A
Yep.
person is complex.
Yep.
There's many different dimensions to a person. So I find that fascinating and I love that about people. I was going to say, that's what I love about people. So,
Yes.
there's a contradiction in that. But I deal with people a lot and I find it energizing and draining both in equal measures depending on the energy of the room
Yep.
and how these people present.
Yep.
There are so many times in the week where my social week is burnt out and we might have like a social thing on and I'll say to Joya, I'll be like, God, I just don't have it in me.
Yep.
I don't want to go see people and sit in a room with like 20 people. And then she's like, yes, you say that every week. And yet every week you're the one who then carries the conversation. And I'm like, yeah, because I don't want to sit there.
Yeah.
Even though like it would be lovely just to sit there and I would like someone else to ask the questions sometimes, or like when there's nothing, not that I don't do well with it because I love silence, but I don't understand why we're then wasting
I get
our
it.
time, if that sounds right.
I completely get what you're saying. And it's like when someone calls you, but then you're carrying the conversation.
Yes. Why'd you call me?
And it's like, it's not that I can't import. But it's like, oh, and what else, Nats? Well, you rang me.
Yeah.
So why am I all of a sudden and the same thing, we're going slightly off topic, or if someone says,
off topic?
let's go to dinner. Let's organise a dinner with blah, 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 blah. Yeah, cool. Organise it. Let me know a few dates and I'll try and be there. No worries. Oh, and then they might say, I think we have to do a whole topic on this. So many stories in my head. They might say, oh, did you follow up with that dinner? Well, no,
You were
because it
organising
wasn't
it.
my.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm the organizer.
I read a fantastic thing last night about personality types in people, and it was just another way of thinking about people in your family or friendship circle. So, for example, some people are open door,
Yes.
and other people are invite only.
Ah.
Right? Think about this. So,
I like this.
yeah, so like an open door person or personality type is forthcoming. They're happy for people to have open conversations. They're you and me. We'll carry the conversation. Other people's personalities are invite only, which means that like they will only engage with the people that they feel comfortable with. They will only engage in conversations that is meaningful or something they can resonate with. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense, but I can see that I've got both of those people in me.
But that's because you're an extrovert and introvert. You're like me. You know what I mean? You're able to turn on this sort of performance mode, if you will, which is engaging, it's captivating, it's, you have the ability to communicate very well. But then your downtime is your downtime and you are very private, reserved,
Yes.
and that's me too.
Very much
And that's
so.
something that I've struggled with a lot. I've spoken about it a bit in season 1 with you, I think, about how, that's conflicting and confusing to people.
Yes.
When I say, oh, I just love being alone. I'm a very quiet person. I'm very shy. They're like, you shy?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, like ultimately I can not put it on, but it's this part of my life and this element of podcasting and performance is very natural, and that's the part that I choose to share. But then everything else that's for me.
That's right.
And I'm very selective over who gets access to my circle and my energy.
And I always say that, it's not quantity of friends, it's quality of friends.
Definitely.
And I'm sure there is many people out there that think I'm strange, and that's okay, because I probably am. I am.
You're a little strange.
I am.
I like that.
But it's because we're not on the same frequency that they don't know Nancy the way my close circle know me, and I don't know you.
There's a whole topic there. There's a new episode there, which is
Yes.
about like undercover haters and friends falling away.
And what did I put on a post the other day? I put it on my post the other day. I did a post and I had so many messages from it. It says, you don't lose friends, you just lose the ones that, I have to find it, that hate you or something.
It's undercover haters, like
undercover,
the ones.
I think
Is that what the term? Maybe that's where I got it from. Maybe my brain's just referencing
See what
you.
and we do that. Yeah, I did it last week and I got a lot of messages. But, we've spoken about it many times in the past because you would think your close circle are the ones that would give you more and whatever. But we always say how much we love strangers because sometimes I would prefer to be around some strangers that lift us.
Yeah.
And we always refer back to them. But Penny, Hip Hop Josh.
Oh, my God, the best. The best. We're due for a catch-up, actually.
Bumped into her recently at the shops and it was just like,
love it.
2 minutes,
that's the thing.
uplifting, see you later.
Even like working with new people, like and again, like working with a new person this week, immediately like we just hit it off through like not even just connection, like tell me a little bit about you. I'm this age, I'm 36, my God, me too. What are you into? I walked in to see like a poster on the wall and we're like, oh my God, you've got the greatest poster on the wall. It's a Batman poster. Yeah. Greatest. I love it. So immediately we're on, you know what I mean? And then that whole time that we work together for the afternoon, we're energizing, we're uplifting, there's no awkwardness. And then to the point where like, we're texting like, hey, this was great. Can you just send me that? Or this was fantastic and can't wait to see you on Monday.
Yep.
I love that.
Love that.
Whereas other people are a bit like you said, you can be like, so bring all this energy in and they just suck it out of you and you're like, I got nothing.
But they suck it out of you to the point that they make you feel like there's something wrong with you.
Yeah. And then you end up
I felt good.
End up with your resting bitch face.
Walking in and now I feel like crap.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Well, look.
I would love to hear from people. If we'll put it on a poll on our socials when this episode goes to air, that if you have been told you've got resting bitch face or how do you deal with knowing you have resting bitch face? Why do you have resting bitch face? Is there a reason? Or, sometimes, I've been told, what's with the face? I'm thinking, it's connected to my head. Like, because I'm like, what do you mean? But sometimes I have
WTF,
this, like,
why the face?
When I concentrate, like I've got this like squint and it's like, maybe I just need glasses. I don't know. It could be as simple as that. But I have a face when I'm concentrating on whatever. And, anyway, I want to know more about RBF.
I love it. If you've got it, tell us. Is it just your natural state? And if so, how has that affected your day today?
Yeah.
I want to know. And if people drain you, we'd love to hear about that too. But I think we've got a few topics out of this. I think we're going to have to make a little list out of this because, I think the duality of people, that's a whole conversation around that because I think that's a really deep dive into a bit of psyche stuff.
Yeah.
And then I think we should also talk about now the undercover haters. Yeah. Oh my God, that would be a very interesting conversation.
Absolutely.
I'd love to see who listens.
And I'm going to find this post that I put up this week. Do it. It'll remind you. I think it's where it came from.
Hey, tell me, horrendous or tremendous? We haven't done that today.
No, we haven't. So you're going to
I'm just going to make sure we got the right thing up here. I got the right soundboard up. Good.
Yeah.
How's your week been?
My week has been fabulous. Actually, no. No.
Oh, cancel that.
No.
Cancel that.
No.
What are we going with?
I'll go horrendous.
Oh, dear. How bad is it, though?
That's great. Now. But if I quickly had a little flashback, I'm like, last week what happened? Jaden had, what's it called? What's that? I told you that virus thing you had. RSV for the first time.
Yes.
Ooh.
Not good.
It was your one-stop snot shop.
Put that on a T-shirt, guys. One-stop snot shop.
Yeah.
That would be great for baby clothing.
Yeah. One-stop snot shop.
Write that down.
Say that fast. One-stop snot shop.
So you can't do
it. For the first time, and that was gross.
Awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
But I had to actually think because it's actually fine now. He's fine.
He is.
But back to tremendous, but it was horrendous for a few days. But
it's a bit of both. Look, you can do them simultaneously. How about that? I love it. Okay, well, my week was tremendous. Yeah. And I'm on a bit of a roll at the moment with tremendous times. And look, that scares me a little bit.
Don't.
I know.
Don't. No, don't. I'm exactly like that. Go with it because you
100%.
Deserve to be happy and you deserve for the good things to be happening.
And that's what it feels like.
So why do we
wait for the bad?
No.
Different
That's
episode?
our conditioning.
Different
Yes.
episode.
No.
Write that down as well.
Yes.
No, look, tremendous. I have got a whole new raft of clientele that have come on board in this last 4 weeks.
Yes.
It's been fantastic. I've got one in particular that I'm starting with on Monday that nets. I can't fucking wait. I cannot wait. All will be revealed in the coming few weeks, though, because this is one that I'm really excited. I can totally share. And look, there's one thing people often say to me. They're like, Vince, why don't you share more about the work you're doing with the people that you're working with? And I'm like, I can't.
Yes.
Because some of it is totally confidential. Some of it is under embargo for a period of time.
Of course, because you're helping them maybe launch or
I'm doing
whatever.
a lot of, especially on the business side of things.
Correct.
Like
I get that.
the 3 channels that I work with, personal, professional and creative.
Yes.
The more so the professional and the creative side, I'm working with a lot of different brands at the moment and I'm working on bringing products to market.
Yep.
So they're brand new, they're totally under wraps and it's very, very exciting. But this other one is in the creative channel and I'm working with a local business and I'm going to be the face of something and you know what it's about. But it's just a lot of fun and I can't wait to share it because once it all starts, kicks off next week. By the time this airs, it would already have kicked off. In fact, I think it's nearly finished by the time this episode airs, which is great because then we can talk about it next week.
Yeah.
Loads of fun, but tremendous.
I'm just going to touch that T-shirt because I can. Sorry, we'll talk about that after. That'll make sense. Once you bring it.
I was like, why are you? What am I? Because you can. I love it.
Touch that T-shirt.
Oh my gosh. Hey, look, that's the end of another episode for today. Have a wonderful week, everybody. The sun is still shining.
Yes.
Hopefully it's still shining by the time this airs. We've had a bit of a banana start to the year with the weather, haven't we?
We have, absolutely.
But have a wonderful week from me, Vince Fusco.
And myself, Nancy Timpano. This is Livin.
Am I living?
Those shoulders, it's unbeatable. You can't not do it.
I know.
Whenever we hear this song.
So many topics
Oh
from
my
that
God, okay.
one.
Yeah, we're going to need another coffee.
Yeah. Another coffee?
Definitely.
Done. Not coffee?
Definitely.
Okay. It is a bit tinny, not going to lie.
We'll swap mics.
Am I living?
We love all our Livin listeners, but you know what we'd love even more? We would absolutely love it if you could possibly hit that follow button.
Oh, don't just hit the follow button, hit the download button, hit the share button, hit the love button. 5 stars, guys. Chuck us a review if you felt so compelled.
Hello at livinpodcast.com. Reach out and maybe we can even come and visit your work site one day too.
Oh, we do love a good on-site recording, guys. Hello at livinpodcast.com. We can't wait to hear from you soon.